everybody, welcome to BTM Africa. Welcome to the NYDJ Live Media channel. I know it's been a pretty long time bringing you interviews, and you should understand, or you would understand, it has to do with the corona and people not being allowed to move out, and you can't really find your celebrities and sit together to talk as we used to do. This time around, we just have to either do it virtually or to actually do voice recordings and all that. But I felt out of all these things I should still come to you and share something with you, something that I chanced on Medium. It's something that I've been told a lot of times. It has to do with you actually trying to avoid or resisting a bait when somebody triggers you on social media. Now, me, I've fallen victim to it a number of times. Like, you know, somebody calls you out on social media from nowhere and it triggers you, gets you angry. Somebody tries to discredit you. Somebody tries to, just make it look like, yeah, you're not intelligent. You know, when things like that happen, naturally you want to come out and also prove that, yeah, you are better. And if you're not careful, might just get into insults. I've had a fair share of that, especially being in the entertainment industry, where you prove a point and fans of an artist wouldn't get it. So they come at you with any kind of accusations and insults and all that. So when I saw this article written by, the name is Barry Davret on Medium, I felt it was important that I had to share with you. I'm sure you've also fallen victim to it before. Now, what is it all about, falling victim to a bait on social media? You know, on social media, there are people coming from different backgrounds. Obiani may be free, so most of the times you may get into arguments. Now, he shares with me a philosophy or something he calls 1+24, okay? That's a 1+24 rule. And it makes a lot of sense, so I want to share with you this morning. He shared a story of how back in school, like 10th grade, in Ghana, maybe I may want to say like class 6 or something. Like in class 6, he had this girlfriend, and back then they used to exchange love letters. You know, in the morning before you get to school, you go and check your locker and realize that a girl has left a note in there. You read it, you smile, you go to the class, everybody's happy. Now, at one point, he goes to school and they realized that the note in there was kind of lengthier. It wasn't the typical short ones that everybody would read. So then he knew there was a problem. Now he took the letter and actually read it, and guess what? The girl wanted a breakup. This guy just didn't know how to deal with it. And you know, in school where a girl leaves you, like breaks up with you, and I say, why a yawa, like why a crown? You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So this guy actually went about destroying this girl to all the friends, to let them know that, oh, the girl on the corner, papa, you know, that kind of thing and all that. Now, he did that out of anger at that particular moment. Now, when he got home, he regretted, because he had actually insulted the same girl that he had praised to his friends. All of a sudden, this girl becomes the evil one. So how then do you actually get your friends to appreciate you, or your friends to respect you? Because this is a girl you were telling us was nobody. And all of a sudden, you know what I mean? So he sat back and realized that it was wrong for him to have done that. Now, he did that out of anger. Same thing happens to us on social media. Somebody comes at you, and in that spate of the moment, you also get angry. You want to get at that person. But the 1+24 rule that he shares with me is something that I want to share with you, like I mentioned earlier. Now, when things like this happen, the most important thing is that you really want to respond. But hold on, do this thing. Write your response and keep it. Yes, write your response and save it as a draft. So the one is you writing the response that you really wanted to give out to the person. Write it, save it. Now the 24 is for you to wait for 24 hours. That's the hardest part. For you to wait for 24 hours. Now, are you able to wait for 24 hours over this response that you wanted to give to the person? If you're able to wait on that, good job. Now, after 24 hours, do you think you still want to reply that person with that response? Do you really want to do it? Ask yourself that question. If you really want to do it, then it means you have to go ahead and do it. But if you feel it's not necessary anymore, then you won. That's how you did not take that bait. Now, you see, most of the time, some of these people who actually trigger you or come in with this bait, they do so because either they want a response from you, they want to hear you. Now, when you do not respond to them, you win, because it hurts. Listen, I've had people have that kind of experience. It hurts, eh? When somebody tries to trigger you and you do not mind the person, you do not actually respond to the person, it hurts. It makes them feel like dying. So that's your power over them. So that's where the 1+4 24 rule comes in. And this is something I read from him and I felt I should share. You've gone through that experience. I've had to respond to people. I mean, I've had to, there are times I've even had to literally insult people because at that moment I was angry. Recently, I fell for one when somebody said I was not intelligent and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yo, where's this person coming from? Again, there's somebody who was actually using a pseudonym on Twitter and was using a certain kind of image on Twitter. So you ask yourself, who is this person? Does this person even warrant or deserve the response? Save yourself. On social media, you might fall into a lot of negative energy. Save yourself and avoid all these kind of energies. Now, with the 1+24 rule he talked about, so many presidents in America had used it and it helped. Now, he said something and I want to share with you. He says, years ago, I read a story about how Benjamin Franklin wrote an angry letter to a friend of his in the British Parliament. But instead of sending it, he stuffed it in the drawer. The simple act of writing what he wished to say satisfies his urge to unload a tirade of venom. Okay? Now, several other historical notables made use of the angry unsent letter. Abraham Lincoln called them hot letters. That's within the one. Mark Twain wrote an angry unsent letter when he criticized the Russian people for tolerating their Caesar's cruelty. So many things do happen. Stuck it. It's either you're writing it, it's either you're typing it, whatever it is, apply the 1 hour rule or the track one or the trap one. That is, respond, yes, by save it as draft. Wait on it after 24 hours. If you feel the need to share, then go ahead. If there's no need for you to share, then you won. Such a person will not come at you again. They may come because they really want a response, but do not let them win. So that's something I felt I should share with you today on how to resist the bait where somebody triggers you on social media. Even in reality, I mean, our families, our friends, somebody might say something in that instance. You want to show that, yeah, I'm that guy, you know, you can't just say anything to me. But hey, hold on. If possible, walk. And that'll bring you peace. Stay safe within this corona pandemic. And remember to log on to nydjlive.com. Keep reading. If you've not subscribed to our channel yet, subscribe. And we will bring you more new things coming up on this channel, and I'm pretty sure you will love it. Thank you very much for watching, and a big shout out to my production team, to Nana Tutu, who is always late, and of course to Bellucci, who did his best. I always say that we gel because also your papa, you know what I mean. The other one, the chewing guess. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. See you some other time.